Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to our online session. I am Dr. Selima Sultana, Associate Professor of Pharmacology and Therapeutics. Today I will discuss about antimicrobials that directly inhibit DNA synthesis. The antimicrobials that directly inhibit DNA synthesis are quinolones and metronidazole. Quinolones are the antimicrobial agent that affects DNA topoisomerase 2 and that is DNA gyrase enzyme. Quinolones interferes with the supercoiling of DNA. There are two groups, non-fluorinated groups and fluorinated groups, that is newer group. Non-fluorinated group is nalidixic acid and fluorinated or fluoroquinolones group, which is newer group. The important quinolones are synthetic fluoroquinolones analogues of nalidixic acid. Fluoroquinolones have greatly improved antibacterial activity compared with nalidixic acid. Nalidixic acid were useful only in the treatment of lower urinary tract infections. Fluoroquinolones were originally developed because of their greater and excellent activity against gram-negative aerobic bacteria. The classification of fluoroquinolones based on the relative activity against gram-negative versus gram-positive species. First generation is norfloxacin, which is least active against both gram-positive and gram-negative organisms. Second generation is ciprofloxacin, levofloxacin, lomifloxacin, ofloxacin, and pfloxacin. This possesses excellent gram-negative activity such as Pseudomonas, Pneumophilus, Neisseria, Enterobacter, and Campylobacter, and moderate to good activity against gram-positive bacteria. Third generation, that is demifloxacin, moxifloxacin, gatifloxacin, and cinafloxacin and sparfloxacin. They have improved activity against gram-positive organisms, particularly Streptococcus pneumoniae and some staphylococci. Ciprofloxacin is the most active against gram-negative organism, particularly Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Levofloxacin has superior activity against gram-positive organisms such as Streptococcus pneumoniae. Gemifloxacin is active against ciprofloxacin-resistant strains of Streptococcus pneumoniae. Moxifloxacin also has modest activity against anaerobic bacteria. Fluoroquinolones are also active against atypical pneumonia such as Mycoplasma and Chlamydia, and against intracellular pathogens such as Legionella species and some mycobacteria including Mycobacterium tuberculosis and Mycobacterium avium complex. Moxifloxacin has also some modest activity against anaerobic bacteria. Now the respiratory fluoroquinolones are levofloxacin, gemifloxacin, moxifloxacin, and gatifloxacin. They have enhanced gram-positive activity against atypical pneumonial agents such as Mycoplasma, Chlamydia, and Legionella. Effective and used increasingly for treatment of upper and lower respiratory tract infections. Now the advantages of fluoroquinolones. Advantages: they are synthetic, fluorinated, there is increased absorption, broad spectrum and bactericidal, widely distributed throughout the body, 60 times more effective than nalidixic acid. They are used in wide range of infections. Now the mechanism of action of fluoroquinolones. Quinolones block bacterial DNA synthesis by inhibiting bacterial topoisomerase 2 or DNA gyrase enzyme and topoisomerase 4. Inhibition of DNA gyrase, that is topoisomerase 2, prevents the supercoiling of DNA that is necessary for compacting chromosome into the bacterial cells, which is required for normal transcription and replication. This DNA then comes out through the nucleus into the cytoplasm and destroyed by extranuclear or cytoplasmic enzymes. Inhibition of topoisomerase 4 interferes with the separation of replicated chromosomal DNA into the respective daughter cells during cell division. Now, the indications of quinolones. Quinolones are indicated in a wide range of infections such as urinary tract infections, respiratory tract infections, enteric fever, bacterial diarrhea such as Shigella, Salmonella, toxigenic E. coli, and Campylobacter, infections of soft tissues, bones, and joints, intra-abdominal infections, chlamydial urethritis or cervicitis, treatment of tuberculosis and leprosy, anthrax, prophylaxis and treatment of anthrax, meningococcal infections, gonorrhea, bacterial prostatitis, osteomyelitis, atypical mycobacterial infections, etc. Now, the adverse effects of fluoroquinolones. GIT adverse effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. CNS adverse effects are headache, dizziness, insomnia, confusion. Skin allergic reactions such as rash, pruritus, photosensitivity. Bone and cartilage may damage growing cartilage and causes reversible arthropathy. These drugs are not routinely recommended for patients under 18 years of age. They can also cause tendinitis, a rare complication in adults, especially in athletes, notably the Achilles tendon. More serious because of risk of tendon of rupture. CVS, it causes QT interval prolongation and may cause hemolysis in glucose 6-phosphate deficient patient, particularly caused by nalidixic acid. Quinolones exhibit concentration dependent killing. Quinolones are enzyme inhibitors. There is clinically important drug interaction between ciprofloxacin and theophylline through inhibition of cytochrome P450 enzyme, which can lead to theophylline toxicity in asthmatics treated with fluoroquinolones. Now, I will discuss about metronidazole. Metronidazole is a nitroimidazole anti-protozoal drug that has also potent antibacterial activity against anaerobes, including bacteroides and Clostridium species. It is the drug of choice in the treatment of extraluminal amoebiasis. It kills trophozoaries but not cyst of Entamoeba histolytica and effectively eradicates intestinal and extraintestinal tissue infections. It is well absorbed after oral administration. It is widely distributed in tissues. Metronidazole can also be given intravenously or by rectal suppository. The drug penetrates well into the CSF and brain, reaching levels similar to those in the serum. Metronidazole metabolized in the liver and may accumulate in hepatic insufficiency. Now, the mechanism of action of metronidazole. Metronidazole enters the sensitive protozoa and anaerobic bacteria. Chemical reduction of the nitro group of the drug by ferredoxin. Reduced form of metronidazole combines with DNA, inhibits nucleic acid synthesis and causes killing of the organism. Now, the indications of metronidazole. Protozoal and bacterial. Protozoal indications are amoebiasis, giardiasis, trichomoniasis. Bacterial indications are bacterial vaginosis, Clostridium difficile colitis, anaerobic infections, mixed intra-abdominal infections, brain abscess, lung abscess, pelvic infections, postoperative infections, acute ulcerative gingivitis, and antibiotic associated pseudomembranous colitis. Now, the adverse effects of metronidazole are nausea, headache, dizziness, furred tongue, stomatitis, vomiting, diarrhea, and unpleasant metallic taste, thrush, rashes, urticaria, angioedema, dysuria, dark urine, vertigo, paresthesia, neutropenia, disulfiram-like effect, ataxia, seizure, pancreatitis, enzyme inhibition, and peripheral neuropathy with prolonged use. Now, the contraindications of metronidazole are pregnancy and liver disease. Dose is 400 mg 8 hourly for anaerobic infections. Now, the avulsion therapy. If a person take alcohol, it converts into acetylaldehyde by aldehyde dehydrogenase enzyme. It converts into carbon dioxide and water. And metronidazole inhibits aldehyde dehydrogenase enzyme, so aldehyde cannot convert it to carbon dioxide and water, Aldehyde is very toxic and produce severe vomiting due to increased aldehyde concentration. Now, tinidazole. Tinidazole has a structural similarity with metronidazole but has a longer duration of action and better toxicity profile than metronidazole. Its half-life is 13 hours. For longer duration of action, it has once daily dose. It is approved for treatment of trichomonal infections, giardiasis, amoebiasis, and ulcerative gingivitis. This is all about today's session. See you in the next session. Okay, Allah Hafiz.